Hello, it's JJ from Fiesta and welcome to our first online PE lesson. It is for the early years and year one and we are doing fundamentals. Make sure you've got enough space around you, okay? Make sure there's no one too close to you either if you've got brothers or sisters doing this with you. And first thing I'm going to do is warm up. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to walk on the spot like a soldier. Okay, now you can figure out a little like this if you want to do a salute. Okay, lovely. So now we're going to jump on the spot like a kangaroo. I'm going to do side to side, forwards and back. Lovely. Then we're going to stand on our tiptoes and we're going to stretch it like a giraffe. Lovely. Okay, so why do we do a warm-up? Now we do a warm-up, okay, to get our blood going and we get our body and mind ready for exercise, okay? So we're all ready, our heart is raised, we're ready to do some exercise and you don't get injured. Knees, okay, down, bending our knees. Now if this is too quick, go slower. Okay, this is just getting all the blood going through our legs, so we're not going to get injured when we do our PE fundamentals lesson. Okay, we're going to do high knees. Now if you can't do high knees, you can just jump on the spot, okay? Lovely, okay, you're going to wave this right hand, give a big wave to everyone. Now we're going to wave our right arm, like it's crazy, we can go everywhere. Then we're going to shrug our shoulders up and down. And you can have a little bounce with your knees at the same time. Lovely, now we're going to wave our left arm. Everywhere again, crazy. Then we're going to wave our left hand. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put our legs just shoulder to back and we're going to go side to side like this with our hips. Lovely. Okay, now shake your left leg. Shake it everywhere. Lovely. Now just that foot around the ankle. Try and balance if you can. It's all good, the music's coming back on. And then when you go right foot, just this right foot. Lovely. Try and balance it. Now our right leg. Everywhere. Lovely. And then we're going to do some small arm circles. And we're going to go really big. There we are. Nice and big, nice and big. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go a little bit smaller again, backwards the other way. And then some bigger circles all the way around. And now what we're going to do is we're just going to shake our whole body up. Shake your head, yeah. So, yes, shake your head, no. Shake your head, yes. Shake all the way down from your hands, your arms, shoulders. Whoa, and shake it off. And now we're ready to do some physical activity. So we are now nice and warm, so our body is ready for some physical exercise. So we're going to move on to our main activity today. We are practicing our ball handling skills and we are practicing and developing our rolling skills. Okay, lovely. So this is the equipment we're going to need for today. We're going to need a ball, okay? Or if you don't have a ball, you can get a pair of socks, okay? Push them all the way in, and then you can roll them up, and we just have a little ball like this. But I'm going to use my ball because I've got a ball, right? So I can put these to the side. So first things first, so with ball handling skills. You need to make sure, okay, that we're always watching the ball, okay? And we're keeping our eye on it and making sure our hands are going in the direction the ball goes. So first of all, what we're going to do, we're going to use two hands. We're going to cut the ball like this, and we're just going to try and throw it up and down, okay, into our hands, making sure it stays below our head, up and down, just like this. Have a little practice, just 10 seconds. Lovely. Brilliant. Nice and low, just below the head. Well done, okay. Now, when we are catching, and we're throwing and catching, if we keep our elbows together, all right, it is going to make sure. So if I throw it up and I keep my elbows together, I'm just going to catch it closer in if I miss it in my hands, okay? So still watching the ball coming up and down, but just as a little fail-safe, we can just roll it and it will catch just inside here. Lovely. So, 2 hands, let's just go another 2 seconds, keeping them elbows together, just catching. Oh, see, missed it there. Rolling, there we are, up on the hands. Lovely, keeping them elbows together. Well done. Now, we're going to have a little bit of a challenge. Okay, 30 seconds, I'm going to set it on my watch. 30 seconds to see how many times we can catch it throw it and catch it, sorry, in our hands, okay? So I'm just setting the time now. Here we go. So 30 seconds starts from now. So we're going to do it together. So we're going to throw and catch, keeping the elbows together, below the head, making sure we're watching the ball at all times. See if the ball goes out here, I move my hands towards the ball. Elbows together. Just watching the ball all the way up and all the way down, below our head. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, see, I missed that one, so it's gone into my hands. Nice, keep going. Nice, well done, 30 seconds up. So, that was some really good stuff there. How many did you get? Great job, well done. That's brilliant. So we're going to move on now a little bit. And we're going to make it a little bit harder, not too hard. But now we're going to try our ball handling skills just in one hand. Okay? So, instead of just going straight to throwing and catching, first of all what we're going to do, just for 10-15 seconds, we're just going to practice shuffling it between 2 hands. Okay? Trying to drop it into each hand, nice and close. Okay? If you're struggling a little bit, you can just place it and then get further and further away. Stay nice and close to start with, 10-15 seconds. There we are. Get a bit quicker. There we are, good work. Good job. Okay, now we're going to make it a little bit harder again. We're going to go from a little bit higher. Okay, so we've just been doing it really close. We're going to go from a little bit higher now. Okay, watching the ball as it comes down. Yeah. Watching it the whole time. Another 5 seconds. Nice, very well done. Now, making it a little bit harder even still. However, if you're finding that too hard, just go back, just practicing this. Going back to dropping it, practice that again, it doesn't matter, okay? You can pause and rewind if you need to go back as well. Alright, but we're going to move on now to, we're going to try and throw it up, still below our head, throw it up, and just from each hand trying to catch it. Now, the main thing here is making sure we're watching the ball. Now, if the ball goes a little bit off, we need to move our hand just underneath where it's going to land. Okay, watching the ball at all times. Another 5 seconds on that. Lovely, good job, well done. Now, we are going to go for our 30-second challenge again like we just did. 30 seconds to see how many throws and catches you can get with one hand. Okay, now if you're still struggling with the one hand throwing and catching, okay, we can see how many times in 30 seconds we can drop it and catch it into our hands. Okay, a bit further up if you can. Alright, here we go. So 30 seconds, we're going to start. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. So making sure we're watching that ball at all times. Not above the head yet, keeping it just below the head. Watching it, keeping our eyes on the ball. Making sure we move our hands just below where it's going to land. Keep going. You're doing a great job, guys. Lovely, that's 30 seconds. Very well done. Now, did you get better than last time with the 2 hands? And if you didn't, how many did you get? 'Cause it's still amazing how many you've got. Brilliant. Good job. Well, if you have struggled with using the small ball, okay, you can use a bigger ball if you'd like to. Alright? So you can go back, rewind, and do all of them activities again. Now, everyone, I know I'm only doing it once because this is for the video, but you guys should do it at least 2, maybe even 3 times through, just to make sure you've practiced and you've locked down that skill, okay? So make sure, if you're struggling, if you want to challenge, use the smaller ball. If you're struggling a little bit, use a bigger ball and do it 2 to 3 times through, please. We are now moving on to our ball rolling skills. So you can carry on using your small ball if you would like to, or your pair of socks, or a bigger ball. I'm going to use a bigger ball, alright? So just going to roll it to the side. Our technique we're going to be learning is called underarm roll. So for this, your feet don't need to be like this. They're going to be 1 foot in front of the other. Okay, so I'm going to show you this from the side, just like this. And we're going to have the ball in the opposite arm, opposite hand, to the leg that is in front. So if this leg is in front, we're going to roll with this arm. If this leg is in front, we're going to roll with this arm. Alright? So we're going to get nice and low. Now, we're going to swing our arm back and we're going to release just in front of us, right where we are when we get close to the floor. Now, if I release here, what's going to happen? It's going to go in the air, it's going to be a throw, that's right. If I release here, what's going to happen? That's right, it's either going to bounce on the floor and it's going to hit my leg, it's not going to be a roll. So, we need to make sure we swing back and we're going to get nice and low and roll it, just like that. Okay, so now we're going to practice either with our family member or against the wall in our house or outside in our garden, okay? So, we're going to get our nice technique, 1 foot in front of the other. We're going to swing it back and we're just going to practice this. Nice, low release. Nice, couple more times. Okay, so make sure that we're staying with our feet in front of the other, opposite arm to leg, swinging back and releasing just in front of us, but nice and low on the floor. Now, if it's a little bit too easy, what do you think we could do? That's right, well done. We can take a little step back, make it a little bit harder, okay? I'm going to have to put a little bit more power just to get it to our family member or to a ball. Now, if I'm going to get the ball, okay, and the ball comes off the wall and it doesn't come straight back to me, all right? I can go and get it, run forward, I can shuffle to the side, and then I reset, 1 foot in front of the other, nice and low, swinging back, okay, opposite arm to leg, and release just in front, and it hits. I'm just going to go for a few more times. Okay, so I shuffle across, I reset, back here, big swing, and it's come straight back to me there, so we're all good. And this time I shuffle across, come back, last one, and I release. Okay, so now a little bit of a challenge for you. How many successful rolls against the wall or to your family member can you do in 30 seconds? Okay, go. Now we're going to be moving on to using our ball rolling skills for accuracy. Alright, trying to hit the target. So I've got a cone, you can use anything. You can use a jumper, anything you can hit in your house. Okay, now make sure it's something sensible or non-breakable. Okay, and make sure you've got enough space as we have before. So I'm going to place this down, and you can use either ball, but I'm going to start with the big ball. Okay, and then if I find it too easy, I'm going to move on to the small ball. So I'm going to take a step back, I'm going to set myself. 1 foot in front of the other, and then the opposite arm to leg that's in front, I'm going to use to roll. Now, if you want to increase your chances of hitting your target, you can use your non-rolling hand as a guide to at your target, alright? And your other hand is going to follow through and follow that guide, okay? So we're going to follow through, we're going to walk. There we are, hit the target, so I'll go and get my ball. I'll take a few steps back, and then I'll go again. We'll go for a couple more. So I'm using it as a guide, nicely swing through, here we are, and I hit it again. Nice. So, I'm finding that a little bit easy, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap for the big ball, and I'm going to use the small ball now. Okay, I'll just keep that there. So, same thing again, 1 foot in front of the other, opposite arm, swing. That will increase your accuracy, is making sure when you follow through with your hand, it is going in the direction of your target, okay? So when I follow through and then go to the ball, my hand should follow through into where the target is. Now finally, for another little bit of, if you find it too easy, you can increase the distance and make yourself go further back, alright? But we've done that before, so I'm not going to show you again. What we're going to do now is if you find it too easy, move yourself back. If not, stay where you are. And we're going to do a 30-second challenge. How many times can you hit the target in 30 seconds, okay? So time starts now.
Go.
Finally, we are moving on to the striking section. So, you can use any bat, you can use a tennis racket, you can use a cricket bat, you can use a table tennis bat if you want to, any sort of bat you would like to use. I'm going to use a tennis racket though, so I'm just going to put this to the side. Now I'm going to be using the big ball, but you can use the smaller ball if you want more of a challenge, less surface to hit. And yes, we're just going to move on to this. So, same technique, so I'm side on. Okay, I'm going to have the bat in the opposite hand to the leg that's in front. Same thing, but the ball's going to be on the floor this time. And what I'm going to do is same technique, arm swings back and I hit it just in front of me and then into the wall, so just like this. So if you don't have a racket or a bat, you can use your hand instead. Alright, I'm going to show you how to do that now. So, same technique. One foot in front of the other arm to leg. I'm going to keep a nice flat surface of our hands. Okay, we're not spreading, we're going to keep it nice and close like this. And then all we're going to do, same thing, nice swing back and strike the ball into the wall or to a family member. So you can use any bat as well. I'll show you with a cricket bat. So you have it here, same technique, opposite arm, leg in front. Now, who remembers one of the most important things for the accuracy last time? Yes, that's right, following through. Okay, so following through, your bat or your racket or your hand at this point should follow through in the direction you want the ball to go. And for a little bit of added accuracy, if you're struggling, you can use your non-hitting, non-striking hand to line up where you want it to go. Okay, we've got one foot in front of the other, swinging back, lining up, follow through to where we want to go. Okay, now challenge, striking the ball for 30 seconds. How many successful strikes can you get to your family member or the wall? Go. Okay, to recap, we have done ball handling, so keeping our eye on the ball, okay, making sure we're using our hands and keeping them in the position. We have done ball rolling skills, so one foot in front of the other, opposite arm to leg, nice swing back and a low release. And we have done ball striking, so we're guiding our hands and we're looking at the accuracy as we strike the ball. What I want you to do now is go back to the start and go and challenge your score from last time in all the challenges through the video. Or you can get a family member to challenge your scores throughout. I've been JJ from Fiesta Sports Coaching and I'll see you next lesson.